Before we begin, I would just like to say that yes, I did set a succulent next to my ankle on the thumbnail. It looks cute. Alright, just leave me alone. Hi! Welcome to my channel. My name is Ashton. If you're new here, you probably don't know that, which you definitely are new here because I have one subscriber who is so nice and is always commenting on my videos. It's so nice. Today I want to talk about my experience getting my first tattoo. So I got my tattoo about, I don't know, 4 weeks ago or something. My experience was pretty good. So I first knew that I wanted a tattoo like 2 years ago, but I'm not impulsive and I knew that I really wanted to make sure it was gonna turn out good because I didn't want a up tattoo. So I thought about it for forever and I always knew that I wanted flowers, like multiple or one, and I wanted each flower to be meaningful. Like I wanted each flower to literally like have a specific meaning that I vibe with. And so I thought of all these ideas and I researched all these flowers, but the one that was always consistent was a bluebonnet, because if you don't know, the state flower of Texas is a bluebonnet, and I've lived in Texas my whole life. I was born here, raised here, and I don't want to live here that much longer, but it's a huge part of me, so I wanted a bluebonnet. So 2 years later, I went with my friend Bailey and we went to a place called the Twisted Tattoo in San Antonio. And I had found, so I had all these ideas for what I like wanted the tattoo to look like, but I didn't have a solid picture that I like wanted the tattoo artist to copy until literally like 30 minutes before I went in to make the appointment. That was kind of stupid of me because I had thought about it for so long and yet didn't even prepare very well. I knew for sure the style that I wanted. I definitely wanted like a fine line tattoo, which is like the tattoo artist takes a very thin needle and very, very lightly like goes over your skin, and I guess, I'm not a tattoo artist, but it creates a very, very fine line tattoo. And when you go on Pinterest and look up tattoo, a lot of them are like that because they're so pretty. So I had a bunch of those, and then pictures of bluebonnets, and then pictures of bluebonnet tattoos that kind of look like what I wanted. But then I found the one picture, and I don't know where it's from, but this is it. It's so pretty, and so I showed it to the like receptionist, and then she picked an artist for me, and I went in there, and I got my tattoo, and it hurt. Like, it hurt so bad. My friend told me that she didn't feel much pain when she got hers, and she has like 3. I was in so much pain. I was like gripping her hand so hard. It didn't feel good. And it was only about 10 or 15 minutes, but it was painful. So right after I got it, it looked like this. It looked so beautiful. I was so happy with it. So the tattoo artist added in white to make the space between the lines stand out, which was a good decision. I definitely didn't think of that, and I'm glad the tattoo artist like knew to do that, because it looks really good. It definitely helps, because I'll get into this, but the ink has definitely blown out, so the white really helped. So right after, it was really sore. I don't know if I'm a big baby. I've always thought I did have a high pain tolerance, but I was limping. It didn't feel good. I washed it with hand soap and used Burt's Bees unscented like body hand lotion. Really only about 2 times a day for the next week. And I actually went to Minnesota like a few days after the tattoo. It was definitely like covered up all day, and it was a little bit painful. And it was really sore. So I definitely kept washing it and putting lotion on it. I never let it dry out. If you're gonna get a tattoo, make sure you're disciplined enough to do that, because if you don't and you let it dry out, it will scab, and the scabs will come off, and so will the ink, and it won't be good because you just spent 80 bucks on a tattoo and then it's all up. But luckily I had a free touch-up, or I have a free touch-up, I guess because it's a fine line tattoo, and the artist said that they oftentimes fade or come off or whatever, so I haven't needed to use it. So it can be years down the road whenever I use it. So anyway, yeah, I was very diligent all week, and then it stopped hurting at some point, and it was definitely scabbed. Like, the whole thing was rough. Like, the skin was rough. It wasn't like, it didn't look like scabs, like they weren't big, huge pieces of scab or whatever, but it was like every place where the ink had gone in, there was a scab. I told my coworker in Minnesota, I was like, so my tattoo feels like it's scabbing really badly. And she was like, that didn't happen to mine, girl. I'm like, oh God, like this is gonna turn out so badly. But then I just kept putting lotion on, and I think honestly within like another week, all the scabs had come off and it was completely healed. And it still looks really good. It doesn't look like super fine line anymore, but it still genuinely looks really good. I still really like it. I'm really happy with it. If you're looking for a fine line tattoo, keep in mind it's probably not going to stay as fine line as you want it, or at least compared to whenever you first got it. The ink, for me, it definitely blew out, which means the ink spread out a little bit under the skin, so the lines got thicker. So make sure you're okay with that. Don't go into the parlor expecting like it to be fine line and then it's gonna stay that way forever, because no. And then also make sure you actually wash and moisturize your tattoo. If you don't wash it, there's constantly plasma, which is like blood juice. Whenever you scab, the plasma comes out, and I'm pretty sure that's what starts scabbing. So if you constantly wash it, you keep the plasma from scabbing, and then when you moisturize it, it also helps with that. And also, don't be afraid to tell the tattoo artist if you don't like something. I felt really, really self-conscious or like scared to say anything. The tattoo artist first took the picture I had and then like reversed it and then printed it out, and then he has this paper that he puts on your leg, and then it like leaves the marks of the tattoo, and that's what it's an outline. So then he goes over it with the actual needle, and he first put it on there, let it dry, and then I was looking at it and I was like, oh, okay, it's fine, but it was too low, and like it would have been a real pain in the ass to heal. The only like dress boots that I have are like high up on my ankle, so it would have been really painful to wear those in Minnesota. So I eventually asked him to move it up, and it was kind of a pain for him because he had to like sanitize again and stuff. But don't be afraid to tell the artist that you don't like something, and don't be afraid to ask questions, because a tattoo is something that is permanently on your body. It's really important that you know what you're getting yourself into. And that's it. I just wanted to talk about my experience, and so yeah, I really love my tattoo. I'm really happy with it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm not a tattoo expert, but I might be able to answer. Well, I will see you next time. Bye.